It is your last soap of the soap block, but I have somebody for you that's beautiful, talented, director, actress, Heather Tom. Next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, we don't have our music? Oh my goodness. I just want to tell you if you love the song. But this is the Bold and Beautiful After Show, the Bold Breakdown. I love live television. I love it. We're here. But we have a good time for you guys tonight. As always, I'm James Lott Jr., your host. And as I always say, grab a drink. And I'm having a drink with my guest today. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice to see you. Now, folks. It's good.
I love that we're like hiding it in our coffee mugs.
Well,
this is so Katie.
It is Katie. I was going to say that. It's very Katie, isn't it? So we're not really showing it to you what's going on.
There's nothing in here. It's coffee.
I love it. Now, you know her from Bold and Beautiful, of course. She plays Katie Logan Spencer. You also know her from Y&R, When I Have to Live. She's also directing episodes. Her son is on the show. She's 5-time Emmy winner. Oh, and there's our song.
There's our song. Oh, good.
We were just saying before the show, we want to actually put words to this.
I know. I've been trying to put lyrics to it. I got to get my husband to do that.
Yes, get to do that. But ladies and gentlemen, come on. Heather Tom.
Woo! Yay! Yay me.
Hey, I don't hear you. See, we're having fun already. I love it. Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sometimes.
Oh, do I have applause?
Yes, the studio audience. They were like asleep for a second. They're drinking too, so they don't know what's going on. But thank you for coming to the show. It's really an honor.
My pleasure.
It's an honor. Now, you can follow us on the Bold Breakdown Facebook page, which you guys are totally following us on there. Thank you so much.
Yay.
Try to get to 700 likes. 700 likes and I give a prize. You know I give prizes on this show. So thank you so much for liking us on there. And all the Facebook groups are totally sharing this and sharing our links and talking about our show.
Awesome.
We love you guys. You guys are, Bold and Beautiful fans are great fans.
They are great fans.
And they're worldly too. They're all over the world.
Yes, we are represented in 180 countries worldwide. We have 35 to 40 million people watching us every day. So yeah, it's pretty incredible.
It's a really big thing, which compared to the other soaps, this is what makes you guys different.
It does make us unique, yes. Yeah. And we do a lot of filming overseas as well. They just got back from Monte Carlo, doing some stuff over there. So that's always really fun, and it's really amazing to be able to be overseas and meet our international fans.
Can you do me a favor in that camera and say hello to my brother who's watching? His name is JR.
Hi, JR.
He's watching right now. And also Amber's baby is in there. Hi, Amber.
Hi, Amber.
So good to see our fans are in there. My brother JR and I, we're both big fans of yours.
Awesome.
So I'm glad he's watching. He don't watch my show normally, so he's watching as you.
Perfect.
Yes, I love it. Now, okay, I want to say something. I'm going to give you a little props right now because I mentioned you're a 5-time Emmy winner, which seems just crazy talk, right? Just like outrageous. Folks, she's been nominated 16 times.
I've lost a lot.
Yeah, you lost a lot.
My batting average is not so great.
I think 16 and 5, is that a third?
It's a third-ish.
Third-ish?
Yeah.
But it's amazing. And you've been nominated for each show you've been on. But she won, so you guys know this, she's the only actress to win in all the different categories of actresses. So
that just means I've been doing it a really long time.
Well, as I say, the first one, 1993.
Yeah, I know. That was a long time ago. I was a zygote.
You look great. And then 1999, Younger Actress Y&R. And then Supporting Actress Bold and Beautiful 2011. And then Lead Actress 2012 and 13. And I feel like this year you should be getting it again, the nomination again.
Thank you.
Your work has been amazing because, how does it feel? I heard a rumor. Tell me if this is true or not. Did you talk to Melanie Thomas Scott at Y&R on how to play a drunk?
Well, Mel does drunk better than anyone, but Nikki's kind of a fun drunk. Like Katie's not really a fun drunk; she's kind of an angry drunk. And so, I've got something in my eye. I'm sorry. I did. I've always watched her, and I really like the way she's very specific in it, and it's not overdone.
No.
I don't like it when there's a lot of over slurring of the words or stumbling around. I mean, she has that aspect of it, but it's just kind of more loose.
Yeah.
And I think with Katie, it just takes her filter completely away. She has no filter. Everything that she's ever wanted to say, she says it, and she makes it really clear. And so it's almost like she plays against the intoxication. She almost tries to be even more clear than if she was sober. So I think that's kind of where I wanted to go with it. I didn't want to be like lushy, you know.
Yeah.
So she's a mess.
Oh, she's a mess. But no, but here's the thing. We're gonna okay, because you're on this week, so we're gonna talk about specific parts of the week where I'm kind of like on Katie's side, going, she's right about Blake.
She is right.
You are. You're right about everything.
No, okay, so this is the thing. Like, you know, basically, I look at this and I'm like, they're making her crazy.
Yes.
I mean, like, what's happening right now, and I've said this, and I'm like, is really cruel.
Yes.
You know, because she's picking up on these things that are happening. Her instincts are going, this is happening, and she has these two people in front of her that she's supposed to trust, and they're supposed to love her, saying, it's all in your head.
Yes.
You know, why are you freaking out?
Right.
It's no big deal. I was hiding under your bed. Like,
Right.
no big deal.
Right.
You know? And so it's making her feel like
Right.
she's losing her mind.
Yeah.
And I really feel like it's really, really awful, to be
Yeah.
honest. We'll see how it all plays
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
But yeah, I think that, you know, they're like, you're paranoid. Well, actually, she's kind of not paranoid.
No, she's not. No, you're not. You're not at all. You're right on the mark.
Yeah, kind of.
You know what? That's like, she's a smart one. She knows what's going on. Is that the thing about this show about Bold and Beautiful that makes me laugh is that, like, Bill is correct about Liam and Stephanie and all that situation, but he's doing wrong. You're right about them. You shouldn't be drinking too much. But, like,
Right.
it's like you guys are right. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, I hope with Katie, you know, I think the alcohol is actually, she's kind of like, she's trying to quiet her brain down.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's just going a million miles an hour and she can't stop it. And
Yeah.
so it's not so much that she's like drowning her sorrows.
Right.
She's mostly just trying to quiet everything so that she can think, which is like the worst thing she can do is like
Yes.
do it that way. But, you know, when you're in kind of that state, you're not thinking clearly. Like, if I can just relax a little bit, then maybe I'll be able to think clearly.
You kind of said that. When we talk about that day's episode, you kind of talked to Brooke about why you drink. And we're going to talk about that in depth. Because you had a good speech. It was the writers wrote you a good speech. We're going to talk about that in depth. But first, of course, I do anything about Los Angeles because, you know, the soap is set in Los Angeles. And today we have these delicious cookies. I mean, they're so good and so
look
healthy.
delicious.
They're so good. We have all different kinds of
I don't know
flavors.
if I'm allowed to have any of these.
You should be able to, right? Well, there's some gluten-free.
I like look at these and they just like attach themselves to my house.
You just eat one, give the rest to your son, and then
That's
you
right.
run it off or something
Exactly.
afterwards. But they are, the company's called Cookies Hell Yeah. Meredith is my girl. She's local here in Los Angeles. She is LA County certified. And you can see the logo there. You can go to cookieshellyeah.com on Facebook, Twitter, her place. She also is up for catering. She does all these great different flavors, like the oatmeal raisin are my favorite. They're so good. Some of them are gluten-free. Some of them are vegan. There's a vegan option. They're all natural. They're homemade. And she's such a great person. These cookies are so delicious. I almost cussed. I caught myself. It's so good. Cookies Hell Yeah. So you'll find them on my page and you can go see them, and they're just so good. That's why we have them showcased today. That's
Lovely.
a lot in Los Angeles. So let's go ahead and go in, and we're going to Monday and Tuesday's episode because Monday and Tuesday you were on. Now the cutest scenes on earth with the Katie and Will and Bill in the you were in the kitchen a lot this week too.
I was
girl.
in the kitchen. Well, yes, Katie's in the kitchen a lot these days. I'm like, doesn't she have a job? Why is she in the kitchen? She doesn't even know how to cook. And so, yeah, so I'm in the kitchen a lot. And apparently Bill is never in the kitchen because that's where Katie hides all of her booze.
Yes.
Everywhere, all over the place. I'm like, apparently he never opens a drawer
No.
or
No.
like does anything in the
No.
kitchen. But yeah, so I've been in the kitchen a lot, but those scenes were so much fun with my son. He loved that outfit. He could not get that thing on fast enough. He loves playing dress up.
Yeah.
And they didn't actually use this on the show, but
Okay.
at one point he had the bowl of chocolate chips in a spoon and it was like shoveling them into his mouth. And we do sugar every now and then, but I try not to
Yeah.
because it's literally drugs. Like
Yeah,
you
it
can
is
see it like
drugs.
hit their
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
He must have had 12 cookies.
Oh my god.
He was wired.
Go outside and run.
Yeah.
See you later. Just go outside and run.
Yeah, I was totally wired. So I just like handed him over to my nanny. I was like,
Oh my
I gotta
God.
work. Have fun with that.
Oh, that's right. Now, how is his relationship with Don Diamont? I mean,
They're great.
they
And
started
I
to
think
really
you
get
can
together.
kind of tell that. Yeah, he has a lot. I mean, Don has 6 boys.
I know.
So when I found out I was having a boy, I was like, what do I do? And now every time that Zane has an issue,
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, this is what's going on, and he has at least one boy that he can be like, okay, well, Anton did this, and you know, Luca did this, and so he has all of these kind of like antidotes and things for basic, you know, behavioral issues. So yeah, he's a really good source of information.
How is it playing? Because he was Brad on Young and the Restless, and you were Victoria. How's it playing? It's a whole different dynamic. On this show. It's a very different dynamic.
You know, it's interesting. When I was on Young and the Restless, we had a couple of scenes together, and I went to the writers at the time and I said, "Hey, you should put Brad and Victoria together. And I think Don and I have really good chemistry, and you know, I would love to work with him." And they were like, "Oh, whatever." And then I left the show, and they ended up putting Brad and Victoria together.
Yes, they did.
And I was like,
"It's your idea."
I was like, "You chose the wrong time." So now years later, and when he came on Bold and the Beautiful, I actually did. I texted Brad, and I was just like, "You should put Katie and you know, Bill together." And like, I don't know if that had anything to do with anything, but
of course it did.
But I was just like, you know, I feel like we do have a really good camaraderie and really good chemistry together. I think we play really well off each other, and you know, Bill and Katie are going through a real rough time right now. But but I, you know, hopefully we'll be able to find our way back to each other.
I just think for me, I like seeing, because he's a hot, mature man. Like, he's not a boy.
He's a man.
He's a man.
Yeah, no, and like I think that's very important. And like, yeah, he's a man. You know, and we need that dynamic. And I think for someone like me, and I think for someone like Kelly, or you know, we need a man. You know, we couldn't cast someone that you know, couldn't kind of go head to head with us, and so and he does.
I agree, because you both are powerhouse actresses, of course, but I just think for him, because in the soap world, sometimes they play the men a little goofy or just like they're they're always like the loser. No, Dollar Bill is no loser.
No.
He like works it out. He is in control.
He looks good.
He does. He looks great. I was like, wow, whatever Don's doing, I'm like, it's amazing. So I like that dynamic that you guys have, because it's not these, you know, 20-year-olds running around. It's like, he's a real strong male figure on the show who believes in family, which he really does.
I think he does. You know, I mean, I think that he's an interesting character, because he has there's such a dichotomy there. I mean, he loves his family very much, and yet at the same time he has these other needs. And I think that that's represented in a lot of television. I mean, if you look at someone like Tony Soprano, you know, he was a family man, and yet he, you know, had all of these, you know, other affairs and things like that. And so I think you can be both, and not be totally despicable.
Right? No, yeah, I think so too. Yeah, no, yeah.
You know, I think that it's and it's a real interesting challenge for an actor, and then also for an actress. And you know, in my perspective, not just being able to go like, okay, well, you know, how do I make this where I never ever want to have anything to do with this person ever again? You know, and because the storyline must go on, and without it looking like I'm a doormat or being walked on or whatever. And so like that's an interesting challenge for me as well. And you know, and I think that Katie and Bill have always had this very volatile relationship. You know, they bring out two very important qualities in each other. She gives him a heart, and he gives her ambition and her drive.
Yes, that's true. I agree with that.
And those things can be like this a lot of the time.
Yes.
You know, and so Katie doesn't say yes all the time.
No, she doesn't.
Brooke says yes all the time.
Oh, she does. Oh, Catherine. Yes, no, she does. No, yeah, Brooke does.
You know, so I think that is why they kind of butt heads a lot, and I personally like that dynamic.
This is my opinion, folks. You guys can tell me if you feel the other way. I always thought that you were the strongest of all the Logan sisters.
Oh, thank you.
I think you're because I think Brooke always.
You mean Katie looking out the window and her sisters going on dates?
Yes, like,
popping her zips.
Yes, I read it a lot. I love it. But like, you are. I feel like you. I mean, even though you're drinking all that stuff, I feel like you're the one who really does. The strength is in there. I mean, I guess Brooke and Donna have strength too once in a while, but I feel like you're the strongest one.
Thank you for saying that. I mean, I think that. I think Katie really does try to do the right thing. You know, I think that she fails sometimes, just like all of us. But I think she ultimately does want to do the right thing, and I think she loves very deeply. And I think that is evident in her relationship with her sister, because she's able to forgive her for
she loves her sister.
She loves her.
Yeah, she does.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, she loves her. And I even kind of look at this storyline right now, and I really feel like the couple in crisis is Brooke and Katie.
Yes.
You know, like that's the couple that, you know, that we want to fight for.
It's kind of the most exciting part of it, isn't it? I mean, Bill
and I love working with Kelly.
I'm sure
I think we have a really great chemistry as well as sisters.
Yes.
You know, I feel like she's my sister in real life,
Yeah.
and so you know, I hope that translates onto the screen.
I feel like she's the unsung hero of Bold and Beautiful.
You think she's unsung?
Well, I mean, people know who she is, but but you know what I mean? Like she should have won an Emmy like a long time ago.
Oh, in that regard, yes.
You know what I mean? Like she's somebody.
I was talking about the Brooke character.
Oh, no, Brooke. But you know, I'm like, you know, with like the original 4 that were on the show, she's somebody. Her work, I feel like, is so good because it's like. She sells it every time.
Kelly has this amazing quality, and it's something within her because it's something that you can't write, where her character can do all of these really horrible things, and people love her and forgive her and want to keep watching her, and that is something that's inside of her. And it's very special.
Yeah, it's amazing. Now, people in the chat room, okay, if I butcher your name, please forgive me. Butcher these Twitter handles. Andrew Davidson says hello.
Hello.
Channels Girl 123. Hey James and Heather. Amber Baby says love Bill and Katie chemistry.
Oh, thank you.
Beatrice Randolph says, hey Heather, you're amazing.
Aw,
that's
great.
I know. Come on, you want to come share time.
Good.
She'll be back. She'll be back. And Nikisha Jones says, hi Heather and James. Nikisha's a regular who listens all the time too.
Awesome.
So there, people are in here and they're loving you right now. And they agree with you. So yeah, so you guys are making cookies. You're feeling right now. Katie in the beginning of the week. Katie feels good. You're feeling good.
Her happy hormones have kicked in. I guess.
He's like smiling. Hey, everything's great, kids. I'm doing good. My man is here. We're gonna work it out. You feel really good.
I think that I think she's really trying hard.
Yeah.
And I think that she really wants to believe that she's on the other side of this, but as we will see.
We'll see. So the rest of Monday,
last long.
Yeah, it doesn't last long at all, kids. That's why we're drinking in her honor, obviously. I'm like, kind of crazy.
Crying into our cosmos.
Exactly. Exactly. Poor thing. Okay, so other things that happened that day. Liam had found the secret room, which you haven't found out about yet.
The napping room.
Oh my!
This is my favorite thing. Honestly, the napping room.
Yes, the napping room.
That used to be the gym.
Yes, I was like the napping room.
People are like, oh, they're not really having an affair. They haven't had sex yet. They're not really having an affair. I'm like, he redecorated.
Yes.
I was like, he bought furniture and had commissioned a painting of a horse. I mean, like, he redecorated. Like, that's an affair.
That's an affair. It's an emotional affair. That's an affair.
Yeah, that's worse.
Wait, who's this? Somebody made you a room.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
Hello. No one's made me a room. I'm like, hello.
And what I love is they walk in and the candles are already lit.
I know. It's like, oh my God, I love it. It's so soft in there. Everything. It's like, I want to take a nap in there. Sure, I'll go and take a nap. That's a great idea for work. I love that. But when he said napping room, I laughed out loud. I think it was hilarious. And of course, Brooke's earring was on there, and Liam he claims it's Brooke's, and there's a whole thing there. So that was going on. I can't wait till you find out what that room is. I can't wait till you find out. It's gonna be some good scenes. Then also Zende and Nicole are like loving each other right now because you put me first and you didn't see Sasha in lingerie and all that stuff there. So that's going on. Even though Sasha's still thinking about him, of course, while she's being photographed. By Jay Rodriguez, who of course is not Jay Rodriguez. He plays sax on the show, a photographer.
He's awesome.
He was one of the Queer Eye to Straight Guy people back in a long day. So you got to meet him and talk to him.
Well, my manager handles him.
Oh, there you go.
So it worked out really well.
He's a nice guy, I'm sure. So he's on. He did that, and then of course. Steffi and Thomas and Pamela were there. My buddy Pearson Faudet is a good friend of the show. Yes. I love him so much.
I do too. I think he's really doing a great job. And
I agree.
I love working with him, except he's so tall.
Oh my God! I know. He's been on my show twice. I'm like, I thought I was tall.
We wear like high hooker heels on that show, and I'm like, hello. Yeah, he is so tall. I'm but he is nice to look at.
Yes, he is, kids. Y'all know how I feel about him.
I will drink to that.
I will drink to that too, girl. He is like, But the thing is, he's super nice also, which makes him even more attractive.
Yeah, he is.
He's a great guy, and he's a friend of the show. You guys know he's really great. And then Ridge decides to actually help Rick. Because they really hate each other. They just not got along all these years.
Of course.
And everybody's kind of skeptical, like, why did change of heart? It was because of Brooke, of course. He promised Brooke that he would do that. I always wonder if Brooke and Ridge will ever circle back around because they haven't in a while.
Right.
She's on to Bill right now. But, like, those two categorically for years have always come back.
Yeah, I mean,
around.
I'm sure at some point they will. I mean, Ridge has always been her destiny.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see what happens.
Yes. And then on Tuesday, Thomas and Liam are coming from serving, and we had a shirtless Pearson Froday.
Yes, he's shirtless a lot.
All the time!
So I directed scenes with
tell
him
us.
and with Caroline Lindsay.
Yes.
And
she's great. She's a great actress.
she's awesome. I love her. And they were in the kitchen. They were a couple weeks ago.
Yes, I posted a picture of that.
Yes.
So that was your direction?
So, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so he's supposed to be coming back from the airport.
Yeah.
And I'm like, in the script, he's like, well, I'm like, why is he shirtless? He's supposed to be coming back from the airport. And I went up and I talked to them upstairs, and I was like, I don't understand why he's shirtless. And they're like, they want him shirtless. I'm like, all right, fair enough. Whatever, shirtless it is. And so, so I'm in the booth, and I'm like, can we get a little bit more? I'm like totally objectifying him in the booth. And I'm like, I'm not an actor today. I'm a director
You're
today.
director today. That's right.
It's like,
no, it's just like, hello. I mean, it's not.
He's a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. His abs, everything.
Yeah.
His hair. My first met him the first time. I was like, you give good hair.
Yeah.
His hair's amazing.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's total freak of nature. Like he reminds me of like Ron Moss had that body too.
Yes,
where
chisel.
yeah, and just like, where does this come from? Like, do you ever eat? And yeah, so he looks good.
Well, it's funny. I gave him a cupcake the first show he came on, and he ate it.
Oh yeah, no, he eats a lot.
Yeah, he eats.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
it's
eats.
totally unfair.
Oh
He's
my
like
God.
Jackie Wood. Jackie Wood too. She like comes in like cheeseburger and Doritos, and she like looks like that.
It's like, it's not fair.
I
It's not
know.
fair. But he's young too, so that's kind of
Yeah.
on his side too. Why is Katie so angry with the world? And Katie, why didn't tell Rick? I'm trying to read your sentence. I can't read that. But you're mentioning why she kind of mentioned why she was kind of angry because she senses something. She senses stuff, so she's kind of picking up on that. Love the scenes between Thomas and Liam. Glad they're getting along. Me too. Glad they're getting along. We need more friendships.
No one has any friends.
I know.
My best friend on the show is my sister, which is really sad.
So we like friendship. Friendships. And then Steffi and Bill had a talk.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, and she told us, I love Jacqueline. She's so good, and she plays Steffi so well. But she was like, stop playing French with your sons.
Right.
She was like, you need to stop. This is you doing this, and leave us alone. We'll figure it out. Quinn. Here's the thing about Quinn. I love Rena Sofer. I've already praised her on the show enough. She does horrible things.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of rooting for her.
Yeah, no, I know. She's so good. That's
so
why.
good. She's so
And she's another one that really has like that gift that you just kind of want to keep watching her. She's wonderful.
Yeah,
and she's got a lot of really good stuff coming up.
Ooh, good. Oh my gosh, you heard it here. I'm so excited. And have you directed her in any stuff?
I have.
Okay,
I actually
good.
directed her on Wednesday. So I've directed her in a few things.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, very good. We saw Vivian and Nicole talking, and she's just putting her at ease that she did a good job. Like, hold on to your man. You did a good thing because, we won't trust Sasha that much. So they kind of talked about that. And then Liam and Steffi, of course, this whole week they kept coming back together.
Of course.
Back
Get used to
together.
it.
Back together. It's like, and I am a Steffi Liam fan.
You know what? It's funny because I think that they work really well together, but
Yeah.
I really like the Steffi and Wyatt dynamic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like before like the Twitter world goes berserker.
Yes.
I'm not like putting my 2 cents in for either, but like. But I do think that they have a really nice, easy dynamic,
Yeah.
and they look like they have fun together, And I also kind of like the idea with it because when Steffi was with Liam, like to begin with Hope, it always seemed like Steffi was kind of the one losing out.
Yes.
And Wyatt chooses her.
Right.
And that's it. So I mean, I don't know. So,
Yeah, kind of interesting. I mean, even
keep
though
an open mind.
Well, here's the thing. I agree with you. Here's the thing. I think that Wyatt and I love Darren Brooks anyway. Just a
Yeah,
big
I do
fan
too.
of his. So Wyatt.
And I love Scott Clifton too.
Me too. I love them
Before
both.
everybody goes crazy,
Yeah,
I love both
she
of
likes
them.
them both. And you guys, I do too. We talk about this every week. I do too. I like both of the actors. I like both of the characters. And what I like is, I see Steffi and Wyatt have a playful chemistry. Mm-hmm. Where Liam and Wyatt have the all-encompassing love thing. But Bill said...
Well, you mean Liam and Steffi.
I mean, Steffi and Wyatt.
New storyline.
Oh my God, they're brothers. Oh my God, the drinks are getting to me. But here's the thing. Bill was right a few weeks ago when he said you tried it with Steffi. Was talking to Liam over and over, and Liam listed all these things and the miscarriage and this, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
You've tried it over and over. It didn't work. And Steffi, folks, she chose to marry Wyatt.
She did.
She has feelings for him. She
you
does.
know? Yeah, she loves him. And what I really appreciate about Jackie is that she's playing it like she loves him.
Yeah.
And I think that's important because I think when you're in a triangle like that, it's such a hard thing to be the pinnacle of a triangle and have to play the draw of two different people because it's a hard line to walk.
I agree.
And you have to play that you're really truly in love with both.
Yes.
Because if you don't play that, then the triangle is uneven, and the audience can see where it's going, and it's not interesting to watch. And so you have to play that these two people fulfill two very real needs, different needs, but real. And so, I think she does a really great job of
I think
that.
she does too. I think she's really great. Reunite Wyatt and Ivy. They have better chemistry. Ooh, that's what Amber says. Beatrice says your son is adorable, Heather.
Thank you.
Oh, Chell's girl says, I love Quinn and Liam together. They need to get together. I'm sorry. They're just cute, even though it was fake. Which, I mean, there are people who really, I mean, I kind of like them together. When he was Adam, I kind of liked them together.
Yeah.
It was weird.
It was very weird. I thought the story was fantastic,
Yeah,
though. I think it was really fun and different and controversial in some ways,
Yes.
but definitely not expected.
No.
So I think,
Say that. Oh, they want to know, why didn't you tell Rick about Ridge? Why didn't Katie tell Rick about Ridge? I guess what's going on with him, I guess. Oh, the whole baby and all
the
that.
baby
Well,
stuff?
you didn't want to tell anybody. That's the whole point. You're trying to tell people, right?
I was trying not to tell anybody, but Katie gives me...
Well, Bill pulled out the whole, we say we have many secrets.
I know, and she believed him. Such an idiot.
And I was screaming at you with this, like, it's Bill.
I was screaming at myself. but that's what they wrote, so that's what I did. But so she... against every good instinct, she told Bill about it, and of course he betrayed her in like 5 minutes. So,
well, I love the way he played it. He was kind of playing it like she's telling me, like I'm not going to say anything. Like he kind of played it the same way too. I was like, almost Don was having fun with that. I think he was having fun with that. I was like,
but that again is I like that dynamic between the two characters where she's like, I know that. Do you wipe that look off your face?
Yes.
Don't. No. I know what you're going to do with this.
Yes.
And he's like, what? Of course I have to. Like,
yes, exactly. I love it. I love that. Now we're going to do a segment called the bold flashback, and we're going to show some pictures. I just want just what immediately comes to mind when you see these pictures that come up. About 5 of them.
Okay.
From your past. And that's the first one. That's when you played Kelly Kramer on One Life to Live.
Wow, look how blonde and how young I
Do you like the real? I love your dark hair because it makes your eyes really pop. Do you like being blonde at all?
You know what? I was blonde for so long, and I like the dark hair too. I think it suits me more.
Yes.
I think that and especially like at one point I had like the platinum blonde hair like down like the extensions.
Yeah, I remember you had some. Yeah.
And I was like, that is a little not the best look. So yeah.
Let's show the next one.
Oh, that photo.
Yes.
You know,
what do you think about,
I've tried to get rid of this photo.
Oh my god, I show it. I'm like, I think it's cute. I think it's cute.
But this was like a photo shoot that I took when I first came on the show, and I remember that the photos like they went in a magazine, and I was like, and
So here I bring it to you.
Yeah, and I was like, we have to get rid of these photos, and they won't die.
They won't die.
Like they're just
See, they're here. They're back.
There it is.
I love that. I'll make sure there's a picture. And now it's dead. Time of death. July. What's today? June 26th. It's dead.
It's dead.
It's dead. Now this is a beautiful.
Okay, so that was the Bold and the Beautiful anniversary party. I am pregnant in that photo,
Are
but
you really?
no one knows yet.
Oh my god.
And I was at the I was at the bar, not getting a drink, getting a drink because no one knew yet, and I was like, if Heather's not drinking, they'd be like, what's going on? So I got like this like virgin, sparkling something, and Aaron walks up to me, who plays Justin on the show, who has 5 kids, and he's like, so when are you expecting? Oh, and I was just like, I was like, do I look fat? And he's like, no. He's like, he just sensed it.
That's Aaron Spears, you guys.
He just knew. And I was like, that's very dangerous.
That's dangerous.
I was like, that's very dangerous. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah. No, the only one who knew at that point was Don Diamont, and of course my husband.
A beautiful dress. That's my picture. It's a really beautiful dress.
Thank you.
And just show the next picture, please.
Or not.
I see the cursor. These are good pictures.
Oh wait, that one. That's a recent B&B photo.
I love that one.
Yeah, I mean, Gilles Tucat he does a lot of work for B&B, and he's like one of my favorite photographers.
Okay.
He always makes us look good.
That's a great
And
one.
I love that dress, actually.
too. I love
think
it.
that's very Katie.
Yes, it is very Katie. I actually saw a full length version of it. I really loved it. But I love that shot. You're just like, I'm Katie Logan Spencer.
That's right.
Screw you. Now
I'm
it's
going to keep my married name.
You should. You should.
If I get divorced, I'm going to keep it.
You should keep. You should be Logan Spencer. Now here's when you were on Young and the
That's
Restless.
on Young and the Restless.
Look at that short dude.
I
girl.
know.
forgot
I
you
went
guys
through
did
a Marilyn Monroe phase where
Yes.
I cut off all my hair and like dyed it platinum blonde. And at one point I had like white highlights because everyone goes through a Marilyn Monroe phase. They
Yeah,
all
they
think
do.
we're going to be Marilyn
Yeah,
Monroe.
yeah.
And ultimately I was like, I don't think short hair really does it for me. I don't think it's a good look.
I like it longer. I like it longer, but that's a cute shot. That I like that dress.
That was a cast photo, actually.
I like that one. And show the next one. I think it's the last one, I believe. There, that's where you're really blonde.
Really blonde. That's where we
super
were getting
blonde.
into the like platinum down to
Yeah.
my booty.
Great picture, though. Great
Thank
picture.
you. I think that was also One Life to Live.
Yeah.
At one point.
That was
yeah.
One to Live. Yes, One to Live.
Yeah.
So, did you like playing Kelly?
I loved playing
Yeah,
Kelly.
we told that before. Yeah, you were so good. When you came in, I was like, Heather Thompson coming to One to Live. Oh my God, what's going on? And
Yeah.
you were so good.
I love being a Kramer girl, and I also love that she was so different from Victoria.
Yes.
Because she had this kind of like ditzy,
Yes.
flighty,
Yes.
sexy thing going on, and
Yes.
I had so much fun with her.
Oh yeah, you were so good on that.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we'll go to Wednesday, and on Wednesday, let's see, you weren't on. Oh no, you were on. You were on because you were actually talking to Wyatt in the kitchen. Okay,
In the kitchen.
Here's what I want to tell you. I laughed. You pulled out the hugest
Asparagus?
Yes.
I
was
know.
like-
We even like while we were doing it, I was like, "Where did you find these things?" I was like, "This is awfully phallic." I don't know what message we're trying to send here, but like, I know, and I was just like, "I'm cooking for Bill."
it was so funny.
asparagus and beef.
I couldn't pay
Yeah.
attention. I was just like, and then you pulled out this like huge tray of like meats and cheeses
Yeah.
and I'm like.
Apparently, when Katie doesn't drink, she gets really hungry.
But that asparagus was really funny. I was like, I gotta make sure I mentioned that. That was crazy. But again, you were happy. You were talking
Yeah.
about how happy you were, and it's funny how
Again, I think she's trying very hard.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think she's really trying. She's going like, okay, I'm walking the line, I'm talking the talk, and I'm gonna cook dinner, and I'm gonna so I think she's trying, and so I don't feel like she does these like 180s where suddenly she's like, oh, everything's great.
Yeah.
I think that they always there, but
Yeah.
she's trying really hard.
Yeah. Now Sarah says, I want Rich and Katie back together. I'd like you guys together.
I liked us too.
Love the dynamic. I love it. I love that you said recently, like, I feel bad because Rich and I were close for a while,
Yeah.
and you didn't want to betray the secret because you were close. I love
Yeah,
you guys
and I
together.
think that also with that whole thing with with finding out about the baby and stuff like that, I think that did come from a place of, dude, you married this young girl and like she screwed around on you, because Katie didn't know what the circumstances were.
Right.
And so I think that she was kind of going like,
Hello.
you need to like wake up here.
Yeah.
And then ultimately like found out what the circumstances were. But like I think she does really care for him. And
Yeah,
I think I love working with Torsten. I just think he's great.
Everybody I bring on here is like, Torsten's the best. He's the best cars. He's like, he always mentions his cars. He always mentions all this stuff. I'm like, I mean, I want to have him on the show soon because I know he's another soap legend also who's been around for a long time. But I love that how you said to Wyatt, I don't want to go down that dark place with my sister. I can. I don't want to. Yeah,
I don't think she does. I think she really, really, really wants to believe that Brooke is on the up and up, and that but she's not stupid.
No, she's not.
And I think that. And like I said, ultimately she loves her sister, but she knows that this is a reality. And I think the first time that this happened to her, really, I always say there are moments in people's lives, in real life, and then there are moments in characters' lives that like they change the way you see the world, and they change the character forever, really.
Yeah.
And I think that for Katie, it's daddy leaving, it's the heart transplant, it's having a baby, and then it's Bill and Brooke having an affair. And I think that changed the way she sees things and changes the way she trusts people. And so I think that was such a pivotal moment that there's just no way that she can really go back to that like blind trust ever again, no matter how much she tries to say she
I agree with you with that. How's it playing? Because on Young and Restless, the big thing was you had a brother. You and Nick were close. Here you have sisters.
Yes.
As a sister, how is the difference playing that?
I think the sister dynamic is very interesting. I think that sisters are very close, but they're very competitive. My sister and I we're doing a short right now. Like we work really well together, but there's still like there's a competition there that's I think healthy. It can become unhealthy for some, but for us, it's healthy. But I think for Katie especially, she's spent so many years in her sister's shadow, and Brooke always wins.
Yeah, she does.
And so Katie, she sees this woman who's like she always wins.
Yeah.
And I think that there's just an inherent inferiority complex that goes along with that.
I like that. I think it's true. It's true. Thrill seeker is what Katie is. That's why I wrote it down. Like that's so
a thrill
funny.
seeker?
Yes, we said thrill seeker. Do you think you're a thrill seeker?
I think I'd like to have more thrills.
You need some thrills.
I'm
right now.
ready for some more thrills.
Yes, she's ready. So now, also on the episode, Liam and Steffi talk, and they went back to the whole "I love you, I'll always love you, I'll wait for you." She made vow. I mean, it's going back and forth on that.
Yada
one.
yada yada.
And then Bill and Brooke, same thing. Bill and Brooke, same thing. I love you. We can't be together. We can't be together. We can't be together. We can't be
I don't
together.
know why they just don't do it.
I know.
I mean, just do
Rick did knock on the door and kind of like. I was like, "Hi, what's going on, Mom?" And he's like, "Oh, you're entertaining somebody." That was so funny. That Rick and Brooke, of course, would have this kind of conversation.
I know, which is like, ew, that's your
gross.
son.
That's your son. But they would have. You seem so hot and flustered and all stuff. Like,
Ah.
Oh my god! And they ended it with the sword, with the Spencer men with their swords.
Yeah, all the swords.
Yes.
I think even like little Will needs to like have a little sword.
Now, for a quickie, we have my segment I always like to do called The Bold Bring Back. It's something I talk about. It's a character or a storyline I'm thinking he should bring back on the show. We have a picture to show. I just wanted to give a shout out to Eric Forrester. He hasn't been on in a while. Bring back John McCook. Bring him on the show. I mean, he's on the show still, but like, bring him back.
He's got a lot of good stuff coming up.
Is this coming out? Okay, good. So I want to give a mention to him because I love him. I love his character, and I just want to bring a mention to him that we want to see him. I want him back in the mix. He's in the Forrester mix.
He's awesome. He's one of my favorite people.
That's what I hear all the time.
Yeah, we went to Europe 2 years ago and did a lot of press together and just had so much fun.
Wow, I heard he's really funny too.
Yeah, he is.
He's funny. So bring him back. Get him on the show. But she says some good stuff's coming up, so I will take it. Oh, you have such flawless skin, Heather. What's your secret?
Honestly, I did not have flawless skin like until I had my baby. So that's my secret is having a baby. Because when I turned 30, I had like the skin of a like 16-year-old. Like it was just a nightmare.
Yeah.
And I did everything under the sun, like trying to keep it under control. And like literally the day I got pregnant, I have not had another blemish since.
Wow.
I don't know what. Like something just changed. So that's my secret.
Okay, folks, get pregnant. That's really interesting though. When your body the hormones must change something. Your molecular structure. It's something.
Yeah, whatever it is, I like it.
Thank you, Zane. Thank you so much.
I know.
You love my life. Okay, so on Thursday, we had Steffi thinking about Wyatt and Liam. She was going back and forth, just kind of thinking about that. And then so there is a friendship kind of with Caroline and Steffi, kind of. Mm-hmm. They talked.
Yeah.
So they kind of talked. And because Caroline's like, I need to grow up. Because as we know, when we take care of kids, I remember the first year I was taking care of my daughter. It was just crazy because I just felt like I'm alive. She kept her alive. She's alive. This is really good. But you're really focused on the kids so much.
Yeah.
That you forget you're an adult.
Oh, yeah.
So I like that she said it was very realistic.
No, absolutely. Like at one point, after like 6 months after Zane was born, I was like, I need to go get some clothes. I spent the last 6 months in yoga clothes. Yes. And like the only reason why I wash my hair is because I have to go to work. Like, and at a certain point you have to just like, I need to, actually do a little bit for myself.
Yeah. So I like that. She was wearing overalls, which I liked. Which I thought was kind of cute. And it was funny you mentioned all the testosterone from each side. I was like, oh my God, the Forresters and the Spencers, they're both like surrounded by all men.
Yeah, they have boys.
It's all boys. It's like so crazy. It was kind of crazy. They did a whole Spencer thing with Bill, Liam, and Wyatt. We are Spencers. Liam wants to take up a new cause. He wants to get wants to give money to charities and make sure Spencer can do some kind of foundation. Wyatt's not for it. We about the profit. He was profits. Bill's like, well, we're always a company first. Your kids, these kids we got to protect their stuff. I kind of like that Liam wants to take up a cause because he can't really deal with.
Yeah, I think he's looking for his own thing,
Yeah.
and I think he's looking to like try and give back and get some good karma or whatever it is he feels like it's going to use. But I think that fits within his character too.
I do too.
I mean, he's I think that the Liam character, you could see him doing something like this.
I agree. And then also Thomas shirtless.
Of course.
Again, coming in shirtless. Yay, he's shirtless again. And he comes in, talks to Ridge. He does put on a shirt eventually, of course, obviously. I'd like to talk about the child.
Torsten loves that. He's just like, really? Really?
I love it. I was like, he's shirtless twice this week. I'm like, okay, for like no reason. But he came in from swimming. And he always puts on like just like some cute little button-down shirt and it's kind of whatever. Just works.
It's really hot in LA. We have to swim a lot.
Actually, it has been hot recently. As we were saying today, it has been hot. But he's done. He's like, I'm done accepting this. I want my child. Which I'm like, you guys, it never works out. It always comes out in the end.
Yeah. No, it was ridiculous for them to think they could pull this off.
Oh my God. It's like, this is crazy. This is your grandchild. That's your son. So, I mean, I'm glad that it's starting to unravel. And on Friday, Caroline agrees.
Yeah, and I thought Lindsay did really beautiful work on Friday.
Oh my God, so did I.
Yeah, I just thought she was really beautiful and very, I think she's so open always, and I really love to watch her work.
Here's what's funny. So one of my friends does the Days of Our Lives after show here, but he had a chance to see some of the Emmy nominated reels, and he was like, "There's this chick on Bold and the Beautiful, her reel," and I saw the reel, and I was like, she does good work. I see it. I watch the show, so I know. But the scene, it was like, Lindsay Godfrey's so good.
Yeah, she is. She's really great.
She's so good. I love the way she talks, the way she emotes, everything. I'm just like, when I see her on screen, I'm always staring at her when I see her on screen. She's just amazing.
I totally 100% agree.
So yeah, so she really works that way. She's like telling Ridge, you can still love, we can still be a family, but this is Thomas's son.
Yeah.
And the scene that, oh my God, that had me kind of a little bit in tears, you guys. When Ridge says goodbye, kind of like goodbye. It wasn't like goodbye, but like he kind of says, I'm not gonna be your father anymore, and then he hands him to Thomas.
Yeah.
And Thomas's recognition, like, oh my God, I now have this son, like it's mine. I got a little teary-eyed. I did.
That's okay. It's
okay.
all right to admit.
It's okay. That's what you want to do. But I thought it was a very
That was the point.
That was the point. I guess it's the point. So I like crying a lot. I don't want to cry, but no. But it was.
I cry for a living.
You cry really well too. But it was a really beautiful scene that they're just. I like the fact that they're kind of coming to terms, because now that the thing will be how it will come out. Right. But I like the fact that they actually came to conclusions for the three of them. Ridge actually had a aha moment. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, the mighty powerful Ridge. The line he said, it was like, that's how you guys look at me. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, because Ridge was never really the big bossy guy. Not really.
Yeah, I know. They've kind of tried to make him that way, and I think maybe as he's gotten older, maybe and as he's not really had gotten his due, at least the way he thinks he should have, maybe that part of his personality has come out more.
Well, my favorite thing always in the Forrester house is when they have scenes, Miss Stephanie has that portrait. She's like, I love it.
I love that she's still up there. I miss Susan so much.
I miss Susan so much. I wish Susan was still on the show, but I know she retired and all that.
Yeah, I know, and she's doing so well, and she's so happy, and but I miss her so much, and I'm so like that picture can never go anywhere.
No, it can't.
It's just like
It's just
great.
To me.
And that picture follows you.
Well, no, I see the eyes. So I'm saying I can see it on the screen. For you guys there.
I mean, like sometimes they CGI and some stuff,
they do,
but it really follows you no matter, regardless of whether they, they do anything special to it. You'll be standing over here and I think she's looking at me. But yeah.
Because she was there when you guys were doing all their scenes together a couple weeks ago with the whole thing. I'm like, homegirl staring at them.
Yeah. She's
looking at them. I think it's to me, it's as iconic as the Stefano DiMera picture on Days of Our Lives, the J.R. Ewing picture on Dallas. I mean, there's certain portraits that are really iconic.
The Victor picture on Young
Young Restless, another one. Yeah. They're very iconic. It's like, you can't, that's when Young Restless named the Victor picture, and they were doing a scene, and there's that picture. I'm like, you can't,
it has to stay.
And then a great scene between you and Brooke, because you were like, okay, Brooke, who are you seeing?
I know. I love the turn in that scene.
You did. It was totally turned.
When I read it, I was like, okay, so they're just kind of having coffee and just dishing a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, spill it. you know, and I really liked it when I read it. I was like, oh, I like the turn here. She just like goes right for the jugular.
I was shocked.
And so, yeah, so I you know, because I think, like I said, she's been trying really hard, but she knows something is going on. And so, I think that, you know, Rick, I think off camera, I guess, told Katie that she was seeing someone because we didn't have those scenes.
I was kind of shocked. She was like, okay.
Yeah, I know. I just called her up and said something, but I think, you know, so yeah, I'm glad that there's a turn there.
There's
so
a turn.
We'll see what happens.
You're like, tell me, is it Bill? When you said, is it Bill? It's like, oh my God. Even I got a little nervous. I was like, I'm just watching the screen. I'm like, oh my, she's calling her out. She's calling. And I mean, you and Catherine just did such a great job together. I mean, just like she's just like, well, I mean,
like,
you know,
what are you talking about?
Right, what's going on? I mean, because
do you know about his napping room?
I want a napping room. That's what I said. So now I want a napping off myself, my office. But they're just great scenes, and I'm so excited to see what happens next in this because it really is a true triangle, like you said, of many sorts. Because it's the sisters, it's Bill and Brooke, it's Katie and Brooke. It's everything. It's just all over the place.
Yeah, and like I said, I think that the couple in crisis at this point are really the two sisters, and seeing how they can come through this. Yeah. You know, because who knows how Katie and Bill are coming through it, but you know, he seems a little done.
Yeah, I know. So too.
But you know, we'll see what happens. But you know, I think that the two sisters is really the relationship that we're trying to salvage and see what happens.
So how much fun is this role for you?
You know, I love Katie. Yeah. Katie annoys me sometimes and I want to shake her. Yes. But at the same time, like I said, I think that her heart is always in the right place. Yeah. You know, she doesn't always go about things in the right way.
I agree.
She makes mistakes. She ultimately, I think, owns up a lot of times to her mistakes.
Yeah, she does.
You know, she loves with her whole heart. Yeah. Which gets her into trouble, just like her sister, really.
Yeah, they're the same, yeah.
Yeah, and so, and I do love that she's kind of blossomed from this, you know, mousy, insecure person that she was when she first came on the show. And now she is really someone who, if she can get over her current issues with alcohol and all of those things, I think she really can stand on her own 2 feet and stand up for herself and go after what she wants. And part of that is because of Bill, which is a real interesting thing to to consider. Yeah. So I do. I like her because she grows and she changes.
Yeah, and so Amber said that the 3 best scenes of the week were the kiss between Liam and Steph, which was a dream, Katie and Brooke. Cool. And Carolyn Thomas and Ridge scenes. So
we made it onto the list.
You made it onto the list.
Even with Thomas's shirt off.
Exactly. I'm like, those are always the best scenes. And when I get Pearson back in here again, I'm going to ask him about that, of course, and joke about that with him. So, of course, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Went by too fast. Went by too fast.
I did go by fast. I was like going like, what am I going to talk about for an hour?
See? Yeah. You have to come back again.
I will. I absolutely will.
And we'll talk more about your directing, because she's directing also on Bold and Beautiful. So some of the scenes you're watching, she directed.
Yeah, it's been fun.
So I'm happy for you. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you.
So tell people on social media and that camera there where they can find you.
At BB Heather Tom for both Twitter and Instagram and Facebook.
Yes, and coming up next, she'll be talking with Zoe Hewitt, my buddy. You know, some of you guys know we do the Shark Tank after show together. So we're talking for a whole hour with her next here on AfterBuzz TV from 9 to 10.
I'm gonna need more
drinks. You stay here, and you watch it. And you'll be talking to her for a spotlight on. It's gonna be so great. You can follow us on YouTube and iTunes under the Bold and the Beautiful After Show. And with this lady, she's in the titles. You see Heather Todd. Click on it, like it, talk about it. I'll talk back to you. You can follow me on all social media at James Lott Jr. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Hey,
buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.